Well, the cold front has come through, but this weekend it was really, really warm. And so I took some time to get organized outside in the garden and get some projects done so that I could really slide into the new year with a smug attitude that you are organized, you are ready for the gardening season, and you got some stuff done when you could get it done. So what do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, here's what's going on this Saturday, the day after Christmas. If you hear a blower in the background, it is my neighbor cleaning out his gutters. By the way, he has his shirt off because it's that warm out. I think probably it's, definitely high 70s, low 80s. And I'm just going to share with you today some of the boring but very gratifying things that I've gotten done. And please join us this Sunday, January 4th, for a Linda Vater Live. I haven't done one in a long time. I'll be sharing my word of the year, some of my resolutions for the year. Well, it's just going to be a good conversation all around, and you'll want to be a part of it. So it will be at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please join us. This has been my project for the past couple of days. I actually started it on Christmas. As long as it's so warm out, I am going to really optimize the warm temps and get lots of stuff done outside. So Hubs and I have been working on the garage. I still have a number of things to do, clear off that table and hang some more things. But boy, have we gotten rid of a bunch of stuff. We have other things to get rid of that we will be doing over time. And just like I like to garden in the forgotten places, I'm also this year going to be looking for forgotten things and whether or not those forgotten things need to be kept. So here's a perfect example. When we bought the house, there were these old screen windows, window installs just in general, that used to be for the house. Well, we have different windows now. We're never going to use those again. So rather than just leave them there into perpetuity, we are going to get rid of them, and that will give us more hanging space. We can take them to Habitat for Humanity or a couple of other places just down the street, actually, on Broadway. And then there's a couple of other things we've got hanging up in here. I mean, how many camping chairs do we really need? That kind of thing. So we're looking for redundancy for things that just will never be used. And we're also getting rid of, and responsibly, by the way, we're getting rid of lots of old spray paints and other kinds of chemicals that need to be discarded. So I want to start out the new year with a cleaned out garage, and I'll show you some other outdoor activities I've been doing during these inordinately mild temperatures. Well, I'm getting ready to go out front, but I wanted to show you this gorgeous, it's a magnificent ribbon in these beautiful blues, silvers, and a touch of red, a pop of red, as she said. And these came from Nancy, and she's got a company out, looks like coming in 2025, NBP Design. I know she is a doctor. She's got a PhD, but she is, I guess, starting to tap into the creative side of her personality. So I wanted to share that with you before I go outside.
Well, it's not even a new year yet, and thanks to my Aviron rower, I'm already keeping my resolutions. I am on it and I am exercising because in the new year, one of my resolutions is to be consistent about a lot of different things, and exercise obviously is one of them, because therein lies the key to success for any kind of exercise, and Aviron makes it easy. Number one, it is fun. I enjoy it. I look forward every day to whether it's my 15 minutes or my 30-minute session on the rower, whether I'm playing a game or I'm doing a guided workout, it's fun for me. Next, it is just, it's easy on my joints. It's not high impact. My knees don't hurt, my wrists don't hurt, nothing hurts. And so, except for except for hurting in a good way, because I can really get my heart rate up. I'm getting cardio exercise. I'm getting resistance training for my bones, and that's a good thing. So that's hurting in a good way. And like I say, it's just fun. So if you guys want to join in the fun and be consistent with exercise, whether it's before the new year or after the new year, then take advantage of the QR code here on the screen for a discount off of your very own piece of Aviron equipment.
Since it's been so exceptionally dry, I am watering. You wouldn't think that this time of year I would really have to, but it's been very warm and very dry. So all of my pots that have the violas and the pansies in them, I am watering all of those. And I also transplanted a few more little starts of golden feverfew along the edge. So I've watered all of those in. I sprinkled yesterday some dill seed because that was one type of flower that I wanted to get established here. So back into the flower beds where there's larkspur and foxglove, that's where I scattered some dill seed. We'll see. It's an experiment. I'm not sure that this is the right time of year to be sprinkling it, but nevertheless. And by the way, this is another experiment. This is just culinary dill seed. It came in a spice jar, so that's another reason I wanted to experiment, to see if anything would germinate. I needed the dill seed for my burgundy mushrooms that we had on Christmas, and so I thought, well, as long as I've got them, why not experiment? So that is what I did. I'm going to transplant a couple of things, I think, tomorrow. It's still supposed to be warm tomorrow, and then it's going to get cold on Monday. Not brutally cold, nevertheless, it's going to get colder with, I think, highs in the 40s. All of my pansies in here, which are mulched underneath their leafy blanket, all of those are performing really, really well. And I am going to make sure those are watered too. And I might even get out my Works mower and give the front yard just a little bit of a mow so it looks tidier, so it will be even, if not completely green. That won't happen until the spring. But things aren't looking too bad. Another ongoing project is potting up lots of bulbs. I had a number of bulbs left over, and I've got lots of them in the garage in these containers now. I'm keeping them covered. The reason for that is I've watered them really well once, but I really don't want them to get saturated by tons of rainfall, and that causes bulb rot. So these will just remain in here under cover. Under this green cover is some of the agapanthus that I also am going to try to overwinter in the garage. And I also like to cover them because it keeps rodents out. So my garage will be that much more empty once all of these are taken out in the spring. And right there, that's my last bit of bulbs I still have to pot up. But there's enough cold weather remaining that they should be just fine. And then I've also cleaned up my potting area. It's all tidied up. I even cleaned out my storage boxes. Everything's turned upside down so it won't fill up with rain and snow during the remainder of the winter. I'm stocking up my galvanized trash cans with potting mix and gravel, so that will be ready to go. So I'm pretty excited because I feel like I'll have very much of a head start on spring. This is something I normally don't do, and I'm trying to, as I said earlier, optimize all of this warm weather and really get organized and a jump on next spring. That truly is a gift in and of itself. Instead of trimming the Christmas tree, I've been trimming my topiaries. The weather's been so lovely that I have decided to let them just take a Christmas break. outside for a while. The rosemary is starting to droop a bit, but I can water these and give them a gentle feed, not a main feed, but just a gentle feed, so that they'll be happy once I bring them back indoors. Here's the other ones. And boy, I'm gonna have to really water these, none too soon, because it's been windy and they have started to dry out. And here's more pots that I have filled with bulbs. And I've covered them with these different obelisks and things. So squirrels and mice, etc., won't be digging in them. And then I think once this warm spell is over and we don't have any more opportunities, or many opportunities, for a pinion fire outside, then I'll put the solo cover on this and we'll be good to go. The other thing that we're doing, and by the way, we'll be able to eat outside tonight, is I'm cleaning out all, you can see in the distance, all of our ice chests and things of that nature. So those will be ready to go in case we want to go camping on a really warm day this winter or some such. It really is going to feel good to be very organized. And then lastly, I'll clean out my little shed. No doubt this is all very boring to you, but I sometimes think it's informative to just kind of be a fly on somebody else's shoulder to see what kind of stuff they're getting done at what time of year. There's no right or wrong. It's just, but it might be a little bit of a nudge in the ribs to get you to do something that will make you feel as gratified as I am that we've gotten it done. So the garage is pretty much cleaned out. There's some things that have to be removed later, but I've potted up the last of the bulbs. They are in a great big stack over there in the corner of the garage. You can see that the wooden tabletop that I had outside, well, I decided I liked the glass tabletop better. So it is now serving as a table in the garage where we will have all of our, we'll have kind of a battery charging station. And Hubs is saying, excuse me, because we've washed out all of our coolers and getting those clean. And I've taken inventory on my different insecticides, fertilizers, etc. So I'll know what I need and what I don't need come spring. And all of our camping gear is nicely stacked there in the corner to load up easily in those Color Blends crates if we decide at the last minute that we want to spend a night or two out at a campsite. Since I've been using my sprinkler, it's also been a good time for me to take inventory of what sprinkler heads in what zones are and are not working. And right now, the new bed, this area I believe is zone 12, it is not working, neither the drip nor the mist heads. So I will have that checked out and taken care of before spring arrives. This will ultimately be where I'll have a little fairy garden for Danny. But right now, it's holding more pots with bulbs. The wall is holding a cat. And this area in here has all sorts of seedlings coming up. Now we just need some rain. So this is a survival of the fittest situation, just whatever toughs it out and decides to make it will, and what doesn't. But it cost me nothing. And if it is in bloom in the spring, at least for a short period of time, I think it'll really be beautiful. Now here's an update on all the starts of the Sedum Autumn Joy that I put along the edge. I think they were all run over by a truck. So what I'll probably do is do the same thing in the spring, but put them higher up on the edge of this forgotten flower bed. And that way they'll have a better chance. And ultimately, I may find some discarded brick or something to really define what is and what isn't a flower bed. There's more than enough room for people to get by and to park, but nevertheless, it's all, well, I'm kind of on a mission to beautify the alley.